Hey guys, I'm back out here harvesting and I wanted to bring you along to show you if I can get my phone in the right spot that I'm harvesting my echinacea again. So I'm basically harvesting it once a week for the blooms. It is kind of slowing down, like this one I'm going to cut back to there. Yeah, so I have enough tinctures of echinacea for the season already prepared. Well, they're doing their thing. And now I'm going to be dehydrating a lot of these for teas because they're really nice in a cup of tea. So I also need to harvest this stuff. Let me see. Well, it's kind of crooked, but you can still see what I'm doing, okay? So my bee balm, I need to harvest it. Oh, you're sliding. Holy, I need to harvest it before it gets powdery mildew. So I'm going to be taking these quite far back. And then I'm going to come through and I'm going to remove all the big leaves off of it because I don't want it to retain the moisture. So this is how I harvest it. Now this one, I take that and that. This whole branch I'm going to take back now. I am going to harvest these leaves for teas because it really does, bergamot or bee balm, it makes a lovely cup of tea. And this is all wonderful, beautiful medicine. Now I am behind on my watering on a lot of my plants, including this one, and I can definitely see that it's taking a toll on the plant because it doesn't look super happy, it doesn't look super healthy, it just kind of is, you know, and I don't like that. I don't like that I've let it go. So I need to get it done, and as much as I'm trying to work on other things right now, this has to be my priority or I won't get the herbs I need for the winter and for the different products. So, hi. I'm going to keep taking these leaves off, the bigger leaves, and I'll be using those for tea. Yeah, and that way it won't get powdery mildew. So it's like a win-win. And just like the evening primrose, it'll come to life after you take off these big leaves, right? So the energy will go back to making flowers and producing buds instead of keeping the large leaves alive that have been on the plant for months, right? You have to plug in my charger because it's going to die.
Did you have this?
No.
No good.
Like that. Is it still pointing in the right direction?
Yep.
Awesome. Thank you. How are you this evening?
I'm alright.
That's good.
It's...
You not going to Canadian Tire?
No, not tonight. Let me go weld some stuff.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, so trying to get this done because I want to get more blooms. And like I said, the other bee balm has already turned to powdery mildew out in the garden. So I really need to focus on this one to make sure I get a continued harvest off of it. I'm surprised the one in the garden actually even grew because it was basically just a piece of root when I moved it there. Everything else was gone off of it from the slugs. So it just shows how strong these plants are when you give them the basics of what they need. They will always prevail and keep giving you what you need. There we go. I think that looks a bit better. And I'm going to hope that it comes back to bloom very shortly. So I know it kind of looks like a stick, But I really love these blooms in my teas, so I really want to get a lot of them. Now, I don't harvest my pansies to collect them, even though they do have medicinal benefits. I also have not done a video on it. And you know, maybe that's one of the ones I should do, because a lot of people grow pansies. So I'll try to perhaps slip something like that in the next coming weeks. Okay, so right now I'm going to turn you this way, if possible. And stay there, and I'm going to show you how I harvest my chamomile. So if you've ever seen a harvesting comb, it's like a big scoop, and it just kind of goes through. So I do the same thing with my fingers, right? So I go through and I just pull up, right? And that's how I harvest my chamomile, right? Just like that. And they go into the basket. Now I am definitely behind on my chamomile, and I use a ton of it in the winter months. So I'm hoping that if I can be diligent with my harvesting of it, it will fill up a couple jars for me before the seasons end. And yeah, so, and again, you know, with most of these flowers, the more you pick them, the more they grow. It's weird, but it's true. And with chamomile, I wait for the flower to open and the leaves to slightly droop down before I harvest it. That's how I like to harvest it. I don't know if you guys can see that. Woo! I caught you, don't worry. Hang on. Okay, we're gonna have to keep moving. Keep moving here. I'm gonna trying to plug in my charger, you guys. My phone is just not wanting to keep a charge in it. Okay. So I got the chamomile done. I will come back and harvest these calendula. I just want to move to somewhere that I can put my basket down and put you guys down to harvest. So these calendula are doing really well, putting out a lot of blooms. So I will point you guys up, I hope. Up, up. They're quite tall. They have gotten quite tall. Okay. So, oh my goodness. So with these, I just take it back to the last bloom. And all the sticks and everything are medicine, so don't be afraid of taking that off. So see how there's no more blooms left on this one? That's why I take it back. Same with this. Take it to the last bloom. Same with this. This one. I could take that whole thing off. Something is really upsetting my dog right now. And that's it. So now, as well, I take any of the bigger leaves that are down here. I mentioned to you guys before that we get a lot of wind here, so these lower leaves can really cause the plant to fall over, so I like to keep them pinched back as best I can. And if you watch the video on calendula, you know that all of these leaves are really, really important medicine. Their properties are very medicinal and very beneficial, you know, not only in a cup of tea and not only for simple things like our hair and extra collagen production, but also in emergency situations, because they provide things that you need to get from a doctor, like being an anti-parasitic and being an antibiotic and all sorts of wonderful things. So please feel free to check out my video on calendula. And yes, I know I'm doing a horrible job at filming tonight. It's I don't know, I think it's going on like 7 o'clock. And I just got to get this harvesting done tonight. Okay. So now I need to go back to the garden. And I need to take more of this Thai basil down because it is growing too much. Hang on here. I just gave a whole bunch of this to a friend of mine. I'm going to see what you're looking at. Hang on here. definitely looking at the Thai basil. Okay, there we go. And I just cut back on my basils today as well. So just gonna come in here and get this done. I think when harvesting, it's good to not take too much of the plant at one time. And if you're behind on harvesting, just do it a couple days in a row instead of taking too much off the plant, because you don't want to put it into shock, you know. But it does need a lot taken off of it. So it's amazing how much this plant has grown, or I should say how much it's produced, because it still looks kind of small in its girth, but it's very, very tall, and it's given me a lot of wonderful, wonderful herbs off this plant. So if you haven't tried Thai basil, this is what it looks like. It has the beautiful burgundy shoots on it and the green leaves. It's so pretty, and the smell, even just gardening, like being here, is amazing. It's filling the aroma is filling the air all the way around where I'm working right now. Now I do know that I have heard that we shouldn't harvest our stuff at night, or is it during the day? I don't know. It's something like that. Let me know in the comments down below if you know the answer to that. But I just harvest when I have time, to be honest with you guys, because like I said, I have so much to do. So that looks better, and then I'm going to come back probably tomorrow and do that again, just because I want to get more of this. I really want it to bush out more, but I'm happy with what it's giving me so far. And my sunflowers are getting very tall. Okay, let's take a quick peek. I need to come over here. Okay, so the next thing I need to harvest is my yarrow, which is right here. Now, where am I going to put you guys? Maybe here. How does that look? Yeah, that'll work. Is it zoomed in? No. Hang on. I'm going to move you back a little bit. Let me see. All right, there we go. Okay. So, remembering this beautiful plant, yarrow, was used in the war. Its medicinal benefits are literally life-saving, and I really encourage you to go and check out my yarrow video. Watch the whole thing, write down the information, remember it, learn how to identify the plant, and get this on your shelf. So when I come out here to harvest this, you guys know it grows all over the place here. So I literally grab it and chop it. Just like that. And this is all wonderful fresh medicine that I will be using in the coming weeks to make some different products for people. And there we go. And then the good thing about it is it will keep coming back in flower, but it won't fall over because I'm not going to let it get too long or tall, depending on how you want to look at it. So yeah, this is another really, really good, important medicinal that everybody should know. It grows wild in most places, so it doesn't cost you money to go and get it and find it and get some seeds if they're finished blooming, or get some root, take it home, stick it in a pot, and have it for forever. And learning about it, well, that's the bonus, right? The more we know, the more we grow. So when you meet a new plant, just get to know it. You know, it's like asking a person what their name is when you first meet them. Okay, so I had more harvesting. What was it? Oh, okay, my basket's getting pretty full here, but I have to harvest my sage because I need to start making some more smudges. So I'm going to bring this handy dandy stool over and get you guys back on there. Let's see. I think that will give you an idea of what I'm doing. So this one over here has flowers going. I do like the flowers a lot. But now how I do this is I come in and I lift the plant and I try to go back to a solid stalk that's about this. It's about that thick, about that big. And I like to cut this whole piece off. So now I'll go through it and I'll remove any leaves that have like damage like this. And I'll start to weave these into smudges. I'm thinking about maybe doing a video on making smudges. Oops! All right, you guys, are you still there? I tell ya, I gotta fire this camera crew. You're not doing a good job. Wait a minute. What did I just do? Okay, you still there? Yeah, I got you pointed the wrong way. No, now I took a picture. Okay. Let me put you right there. I don't think you're going to be able to see anything though. My apologies, you guys. It's one thing to have a counter to set your phone on, but when you're outside, you just don't know what you're going to end up with. And my garden, the ground isn't exactly level or anything. All right, let's try this again. And I'm just going to hope you don't fall over. Okay, so I'm going to go back in here. Again, I'm going to lift it up, go to the biggest branch, and chop it off. I like to get them really long, just because it makes a beautiful, beautiful piece in anyone's home. But I will have to do some shorter ones because these didn't grow very good. Like, they're only like 12 inches. Maybe I'll get bigger ones back there. All right, let's go right there. Huh. My scissors aren't strong enough. Uh-oh. There's another one. Kind of wrecking some of this, but what do you do, right? Okay. Another wonderful herb for us is sage. It's good for our brain health, our memory, our mood, all sorts of stuff. Have I done a video on sage? Oh my word, I don't think I have. There's another beautiful branch. Sorry about the truck there. Hope it's not shining its lights too much on you. But you know, boys and their toys. They're always working on them. Always doing something. Building something, breaking something, talking about something. It's always something. Alright, so I think I'm going to take this one way down there. That's nice. These are going to make beautiful smudges. And whatever I don't use in smudges, like if it's too short, and I just make a nice tea blend. Because I already have all my tinctures and whatnot from sage done. So this is just abundance. This is just like share it with friends and family and all sorts of stuff. And I don't even know where to stop, to be honest with you, because there's so much. So now I'm going to take some of the tops. This one's funny. This is a blade of grass. Let's see. Take that. even though I'm harvesting, I see these yellow leaves here on my tomato. I just have to take off. It doesn't look nice. Okay. Look, there's lots of not good leaves on here. I think it's getting time where everything's going to turn red and it's all going to be in one day. Okay, so I try not to damage too much when I'm harvesting. Just take the branches that I want and leave the rest. Yeah, it's like every time I harvest, it grows that much stronger. Okay. So this is my, oops, I have some weeds in there. This is my harvest of sage for tonight, you guys. My basket is totally overflowed. I don't even think I can get this in there. Now I do still have harvesting to do, but my basket is so full that I'm just going to stop right there and look at what I found. Look at what I found. Out to the field. Out to the field. Out to the field. Let's go take a peek around and see if there's any more of those slimy buggers in here. Looks alright. Looks alright. I think we're okay. I don't see anything. See, if you're consistent and you come out and you throw the slugs out into the field every single night, then they know, you know what, we better not go to that garden. Oh, I found my pruners. Right where I ripped off that branch off my peppers. Look how many peppers again. Like, hey, yay. My corn is definitely growing. Everything's definitely growing. But I don't get why none of my Romas are turning red. Like, there's literally hundreds of tomatoes and not a single red one. That makes me think it's just sunshine it wants, right? Okay, so now I did need to go up to the upper garden up here for 1 minute and grab some golden oregano for one of the dishes I'm making tomorrow. So I'll take you guys with me. I need to get the sprinklers going again. Oh, need to pick some grapes. Oh, so my golden oregano is not doing good this year. And these chives, I'm just gonna chop these while I'm here, you guys. Hold on. Now I will take flowers and all, and then when I go through them, before I cut them up to dehydrate them, I will make sure there's no weeds or grass or anything like that in here. Okay, that's as big as my hand will go. All right, that's a lot of chives. Yeah, so I have a lot of this stuff dehydrated on my shelf. And I like to give jars of stuff to family members as well. Christmas time is always fun when you're a canner, because you just never know what you're going to give people. You don't know if it's going to be jams and jellies or chilies or dehydrated stuff or baking jars or whatever. I have my tripod out here right now because I've been getting woken up really early in the morning by the coyotes, and they're usually right here by the fence. So I'm going to try to get up early tomorrow and be out here before they come and try to get you guys some footage. Now, I took a video, and they're actually big. The coyotes that we have here, they're actually big animals. They're not little scraggly things. They're actually really big. So I have to be careful when I come out here in the morning. But I'm just worried because the chickens, right? The chickens are so stressed out with all these predators around the property right now that they're not able to give me eggs. So, yeah. They should go soon. And that's it. I'm just about to hook the sprinkler up and water all these blackberries so I can start harvesting tomorrow. I have harvested a little bit, but a lot of the branches have really dried out. Only because I haven't been watering. So it's like, where's my hose? I don't even see my hose. Huh. Anyways, okay. Well, thanks for coming by the channel, listening to me go off, and have a nice evening. Bye-bye.